Hey, what's going on? I finally had the opportunity to shave my head, so now I don't look like a damn scrub. I'm sure my wife is happy. So yeah, shit. I thought I'd get more done with the website last night, but legitimately, I didn't really think about this. I don't know why, but I was hoping to put my stuff up through DistroKid last night, which is a publishing service for where you can put your music. And I don't know why, but when I looked at their page, they said something about lyrics, and I'm like, shit, I don't have my lyrics. So I had to painstakingly go through all the songs, and it took a long time. And it's weird. It's like you think you know the lyrics to your own songs, but you don't always. Like, you might be off by a word or not, and that just kind of bothers me. So I'd rather have them be right spot on. So I was typing it as I was listening the whole time. And there was a couple words I thought were different than they were, but so I figure what I'll do is I've got a couple dilemmas before I can actually post it, and one is the quality. So obviously it's old stuff, so it's not going to be as good as the new stuff, but what I'm talking about is the fidelity. All I have is the MP3 versions of them, and although you could upload an MP3, technically it's advised against, because you're going to end up getting into like this problem with double compression. Just in case you're not familiar with this, when you're listening to a CD that you bought in a store or something like that, the fidelity on that, or quality, is significantly better than when you're listening to it on, let's say, like a streaming service. The reason is because they can't have the highest quality version of that song available so people can listen to it, because there's like so many artists that have to be on one database. It would take way too much of their resources. So what they do is they compress it. They take out little bits of information from the song. Usually parts that you wouldn't notice too much from, but it does lower it a little bit. So that's all done by an algorithm. It's not even like it searches out for, I mean, it might search for a certain band of frequency. I'm not really sure how lossless or how lossy compression really works. And I don't think that they use lossless compression either for stuff like Spotify. But if I upload an MP3, the lower quality product is going to be even lowered by putting it up on the streaming service. So, and why is this a big problem? Because I don't have the WAV files. So right now I'm trying to get in contact with the music producer who I worked back with in the day, and he has the files. Shame on me for not keeping my shit organized, but there goes a valuable lesson for you right there. I remember he told me back in the day, I took it seriously, but I didn't take it seriously. You know what I mean? Like, you understand what they say, you agree with it, but you don't do it. So, word to the wise, if you're out there doing music and you're just doing it whimsical and you're keeping your files just on your computer or just at your producer's place, stop that shit. You gotta make multiple copies, and you gotta have them available in multiple different formats, because there's a lot of different reasons why you're going to want to give somebody an MP3 versus a reason why you're going to want to give somebody like a high quality WAV file, and that all goes down to space essentially. I mean, some people don't want the high quality because they're not going to be able to use it anyways, so in that case they might ask you for the MP3 just so they understand. Second of all, from a promotional aspect, if you're going to be putting your music out there, you're not necessarily going to give people the top grade product for free. You're going to give them enough where it sounds good, but it's going to be like the MP3 version, because obviously if you're going to be selling, I don't even know if there's a service online that just freely streams it in its perfect file. I heard something about Spotify will, like, they have an upgraded service where you could get a higher fidelity playback, but I'm not 100% sure. As I said, I haven't really done this before. So that's another thing. When I actually go through this process, I'm just going to take some detailed steps. And just, the whole point of me making these videos right now is literally just so I can kind of figure shit out and then put it out there. I mean, there's a whole bunch of videos talking about how you can upload music to a publishing site and other stuff. And I'm not trying to replace any of those. If I'm going to go through the process though, I'm going to put my input out there. So I'll make a detailed video going through that process when I do it. And, well, yeah, that's about it for that. Luckily, I did get a hold of my music producer, and he did schedule a call with me tomorrow. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I won't have to upload some bullshit MP3 files because that would not be great. But I'll tell you what, let's just pretend for a second he lost all the files and there is no WAV files, it's just MP3s. Well, of course I'm going to load it up because at that point, what's better, nothing or something, right? I mean, I get the argument that it's better to do something right than not to do it at all per se, but that doesn't work in a lot of different ways. Like, especially stuff like this. Like, I'm not just gonna kick the bucket if I don't have the highest version of that. So that aside, yeah, just keep that in mind. If you are making music, making beats, making anything, just remember that you're going to want to keep it on separate apparatuses. So, as he told me back in the day, you're going to want to have it on at least 2 computers, which are at least 100, I think it was like 100 miles away from each other or something like that. Now, you could keep it on, stuff like, what do you call them? Cloud storage sites like Dropbox, Google Drive. Those are perfect. I would keep them on both, honestly. And I've got them on a couple of different computers because if you have a hardware crash, then you don't have to worry. You've got your MP3 versions of it, which is the easiest to send people. You've got your higher quality grade ones, which you send to the publishers and stuff like that. You also keep all of your artwork and all that other stuff. You're going to want to keep all of the essentials, so if you're going to present yourself to somebody else, you have it already in a little neat package. You don't have to shuffle through your computer and do a whole bunch of stuff. So there's a couple of valuable lessons in having it multiple things, especially in cloud storage, just so you can easily send that stuff. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot to say. That's where I'm at right now. I spent all night putting all my lyrics together, so I've been meaning to get to that forever. So luckily I got that over with. That's a burden off my chest. And here's hoping I can upload that soon and make the video so I can show you how I do it. So, till later guys, take care.